D. Wood, you played with Tom Brady and for Bill Belichick in New England. Louis Riddick, a generation ago, you played for Bill Belichick in Cleveland. And so I'll start with you, knowing them as you do. What does this game mean for Bill Belichick and Tom Brady?
Well, look, these are two of the very best at their profession in the history of the game. Okay, look, Bill's going to go down as maybe the greatest coach ever, regardless of level of competition that you're talking about. Tom is the greatest individual winner in a team sport that team sports has ever seen. And so to think that this is just another game after these guys having spent 20 years, come 3 plays away from winning 9 Super Bowls. Not just 6, but winning 9 Super Bowls. 3 plays away from winning 9 rings. To think that this is not, let's just say, personal to some degree, and that doesn't mean it has to be negative, but to think it's not personal to some degree to go to face off head to head, although Bill's not going to be on the football field, you're kidding yourself. And of course, neither one of them are going to like outright say it's personal. I want to prove that I can still continue to have success away from him. Neither one of them's going to say that. I mean, Tom's already had it. Bill had a bad year last year from a team standpoint. But of course, this game's going to mean a lot. Of course, they're going to want to prove that I can continue to succeed at a high level away from you. And we want to prove to everyone else that's watching that I was the one who was, maybe for all intents and purposes, more responsible for the success that we had while we were together. And I think that's good. I think that's healthy. I think all of us would feel that way if we were in that same situation, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what makes this game so fascinating. That's why all of us will be tuned in from beginning to end, regardless of whatever the score is.
That's right, and we will all extrapolate some greater meaning from this game, whether that is reasonable or not, based upon was it really Bill or was it really Tom? Again, one as a teammate, one as a coach. What do you think?
Yeah, listen, I agree with a lot of what Louis was talking about. I think you'll hear a bunch of pleasantries all throughout the week because they got the utmost respect for each other. But make no mistake about it, behind the scenes, they're going to voice their emotion to everyone behind the scenes. There's been many a times where we had team meetings with Tom, and Bill would throw all the pleasantry, all the the bouquet of roses out to people. But when we were in meetings, he would let you know exactly what we're trying to do to our opponents. Bill's going to voice the same type of emotion, the same type of things that he wants to do to Tom Brady, and vice versa. Yeah. Tom Brady, listen, he's going to shout, he's going to respect Bill. But when Tom Brady when he gets off Route 1 up in Massachusetts and steps foot in Foxborough, man, that man's going to be electric up there. He's going to be ready to go out there and put it to his former boss and Bill Belichick.
No, we're going to have this game covered from a million different angles, but as a slightly more impartial observer of this part, how would you describe what you think is at stake for the two of them in what might be the only head-to-head meeting they ever have?
Right. Well, Brady, I think, wants to create the separation, right? Because he's already won up because he's won the title. But when you think about it as well, you've seen the kind of the chess pieces already been moved. Oh, well, you hear Bill saying, well, they're doing a lot of the same things that they did here in New England, which suggests that he has the Da Vinci Code, that he knows how to stop that and what Brady likes to do and what Brady struggles with. But also on the other side, you don't think Tom knows exactly what some of those checks mean and some of those defensive plays that have been around because that system has been around for a long time? Listen, this is the closest thing to what Michael Jordan and Phil Jackson was all about, right? You talk about dynasties. The difference is Phil Jackson continued and created another dynasty in L.A., and Michael Jordan retired. This Michael Jordan decided to go to Tampa and prove that it was more about him than it was about Bill Belichick. So listen, he's going to be looking over there, and listen, Mac and Cheese is sitting over there. He's going to give him the pleasure too. But I guarantee he walks by and he say, hey, White, hey, Joseph, go get him for me.
Yeah, I mean, poor Mac Jones might just be collateral damage in all of this. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.